Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Biokinetic Canine. We are talking about ease, fitness, and expensive exercise. This is quite a deep topic, actually, when you start to think about it, but we're not going to go that deep. But we're just going to answer some questions about ease, doing fitness and conditioning for your dog, and expensive exercise. There are a few things that we have to look at when talking about this. But let me just introduce myself quickly. My name is Angela Ahern. I'm the founder and owner of the Biokinetic Canine. Welcome. So when we're talking about an expensive exercise, what are we talking about? Or if you are watching, please let me know so that I know that everything is working okay. Last time we had a problem with the sound and I didn't even know everything was fine my side. So everything is fine my side again. So if somebody can just say hello or give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. Right, let me carry on. In the meantime, when we are talking about is the exercise expensive? When we talk about expensive, we are talking about, is it a cost, an opportunity cost, a cost of some sort, or is it an expense? Both of them similarly equal. So when we talk about expensive, I'm talking about various things. So let's just go through some of them. So I know that some people say it's a time cost. They don't have the time. It costs them their time. How can they do this? They don't have the time. So when you talk about having time to do some fitness training with your dog, are you also looking at how much time you are actually training in your sport? I know a lot of people, especially the big power sports, they say, well, wow, do you know how much we are training? We're training all the time, almost every day. This is enough training for my dog. So if you're spending all of that time training in your sport only, and you're not dedicating some of that same time that you're training for your sport to fitness and conditioning, what is the cost being incurred there? Or do you think that you need to do some extra training now with your dog in order to fit in some fitness and conditioning training for your sport? Maybe if you're only training once a week in your sport because you're the weekend warrior, or you're just able to go to the club on a weekend, maybe you need to protect your dog by just doing a few sessions of conditioning or fitness training through the week, at least another two or three. That would be awesome. So what is the time factor? Are you making time enough to keep your dog's body safe? What about your own time? So you say you don't have enough time training, you're taking up some of your own time. But then what about the time incurred because now your dog gets injured because his body wasn't prepared for the hard work that you had out for him to do? So what is that cost of the downtime of not training your dog in the sport that you're doing? What is the cost to your team if you're part of a team, if you're doing agility, or you're busy with flyball, or you're part of a search and rescue group, and now you have downtime because your dog is injured? What about the time that you have to spend at the physio or the veterinary rehab once or twice a week, where you have to drive all the way there? I know some people are living quite far from these specialists. You have to drive all the way there, get your dog sorted out for the appointment, drive all the way back once or twice a week. What is that time cost for you? If you're making the time for that, couldn't you have taken half of that time to fit into your fitness and conditioning routine? So when it comes to time, how important is it that your dog remains physically sound for the sport that you're doing? Either you're spending a lot of time training for your sport, and you could easily take some of that time and dedicate it to fitness and conditioning, which would then make your sport that much better and improve the performance of your dog. Or you are not doing enough training for your sport. You're just doing once a week type of thing. How about doing extra 2 sessions in the week of just 10 to 15 minutes? You're spending that time with your dog. It's dedicated that bonding time with your dog. It's awesome. You know, all of our dog sports, they all say, oh, you need that relationship building with your dog to have good sports performance on the field. This is a time. This is a time where that relationship building happens. Annika, hello, welcome. So this is a time where your relationship grows with your dog because your dog is doing things for you and you're going, oh, wow, and you are rewarding all the time. That relationship that bond really grows strong just in that extra 10 minutes twice a week. It's a lot shorter than going out to drive to a physio or rehab, and you are working with your dog. So that time cost, you can put it to a lot of good use, and it's not that much time. And where is spending time with your dog a problem? It's not for me. Then we're talking also about financial cost. So the financial cost of fitness exercise. If you don't do it, there's a really good chance, if you are in sport and you're a high competitor, there's a good chance that you are creating imbalances in your dog. There's a good chance that that continued sports training is building improper balances and muscle stiffnesses, etc., within your dog's body, because that's all you're doing. And because those are there, as soon as those big competitions come up, it's happened. I know these things, it's happened with me, so I know that they do happen. You're going to push your dog, and your dog's going to pull a muscle. And then you have the veterinary bill, which brings along with the downtime as well. But you've got that bill. And those bills are not cheap. If you have to go to a specialist, they are definitely not cheap. Then you need to go to a rehab or a physio. Those bills are not cheap either. So how expensive is it to not do fitness and conditioning? It's a lot cheaper. But then you see, people say, but have you seen that equipment? It's so expensive. And I won't say that you are wrong, because especially in some countries where we have to import a lot of the equipment, like in South Africa, that equipment is like, oh my word, that's quite expensive. But a lot of the equipment, and you will see a lot of equipment at the physios and rehabs, because they're using that equipment for particular injuries and particular rehab work. But if you are just starting out and you are just doing sport with your dog and you want to get your dog to be in a better condition, even if it's running around the block or whatever the case may be, but you are looking for strength training, for example, you don't have to buy huge, expensive equipment. Not at all. If I take, this is a piece of equipment of mine that is like, it's a piece of shelf that I've put together, and I've put some rubberized matting on the front so that it is non-slip. The most important thing that you need for your dog training, sporting conditioning equipment, is a non-slip surface. So I have this piece of board that I use every single time I do training. It cost me an old shelf that was lying around, and I bought some rubber and I staple gunned it to the wood, and I use it all the time. So regardless of where your dog is, Angie, hello, regardless of where your dog is, for you to start off, your fitness equipment is super cheap. Even if you just have let me see here, a box that is non-slip, you can use it. A book that is non-slip, you can use it. If you have a step in your house, if you have a step outside, you can use it. That's how expensive dog training is. Let's see if you just have a look here. I'll show you my board in action. Hold on. Let me put this down here. That is my dog standing on the board. And we use it like this to get a good position every time. I use it all the time. 2 pieces of excess wood lying around, covered in a non-slip surface. And there's so many things that we can do with it. So many. And you don't need huge balancing pieces of equipment, huge peanuts to start off. A lot of that equipment is actually for quite advanced dogs. But if you're starting out, you can work with these boards for the first year, if not more. I'm still using it. I started out with one board that was long enough for my dog to lie on, and you can use it for lots of different things. Now I've got 2 shorter boards which I can put together to make the one long board if I want to, but 2 shorter boards for front and back legs to stand on. And I use it all the time. So financial cost of the board, just the rubber matting, the wood was lying around in the house. And then, of course, a little bit of begging and pleading to the guy in the house to nail it down for me, or you can do it yourself. So fitness equipment, it doesn't have to be expensive at all. And you can do so much with it. Why not give it a try? This is just so that the dogs can stand on it. It has to be non-slip because you want them to be confident on what they're standing. It mustn't be slippery and they a little bit weary of standing on it, because then they won't engage all the muscles that they need to engage. And if you want to make this a little bit unstable and you don't have that 2,000 Rand or $300 for whatever peanut that you need to buy, or blow up disc that you need to buy right now, just place a couch cushion underneath, and the surface is slightly unstable. Or just get your dog to stand on the couch, and then both and front feet are unstable. It's also a lot safer than the very high platforms. So always keep things, if you're starting out, keep things low to the ground, because you must remember your dog is learning something new. So when it comes to financial cost, no. Your exercise doesn't have to be expensive when it comes to buying equipment. You can start off with what you've got at hand, and you can start any day. When we look at the financial cost for doing your sport, have you seen some of those costs? Just to buy the dog toys, the tug toys, the harnesses, the balls on a string, they're not cheap. And to go and practice and learn from the experts that are out there, oh my word, I'm one of those people. I love it. I go to the seminars. I save up for ages to attend the seminars. The seminars are so valuable, but they are not cheap because these people are experts. They know what they're talking about. But you learn so much more, and you can take that with you in your sport. It's exactly the same with the fitness and conditioning of your dog. You can take what you have and you work on your dog, get your dog's muscles strong and fit, and use it in a sport, and you reap the reward. Annika, you say, oh, you just use an air mattress. Exactly, an air mattress. What is the difference between an air mattress and one of those fancy blow-up dog-shaped items that the people use? So I will definitely understand when you're having your professionals and they're using lots of dogs all day, every day. They need some really durable, stable, durable equipment. But when you are starting off, you can use what you have at hand. It doesn't have to be expensive. And this is what I want to show you when we work our dogs. So finally, my foundations course. Can you believe it? My foundations course is ready, and we will be running it live from the 20th of this month. We'll have, you can hop in from the 20th, it'll be open. And then our very first live session will be the week following that, every Wednesday. I'm going to put the link of that in. Yeah, I'm hoping that you can find it. I don't know if it will go in, but that is the link. So I'm hoping that it's there. Let me know if you see it. Otherwise, you're most welcome to go onto our page at thebiokinatic9.com, and you will see our fitness, our strength foundation course available for you there. Let me just show you what that looks like. Let me go here. So that will be there. Hi, Lorinda. Hello, welcome. So if you click onto our foundation strength program, you're most welcome to go in, read up about it, see if it is for you. If you have any questions, you're most welcome to contact me. You can contact me at fit@thebiokinatic9.com and let me know if you have any questions. When we put the program together, we're going to be doing, there's some information that you can watch, and then all of the actual videos of how to do the exercises. We're going to be doing one exercise a week, and we're going to show the exercise, and we're going to discuss it live and how it works a dog, what you're looking for when your dog moves, and how it applies to the sports that you are doing. So that is what we are all about. Angie, you are saying, oh, yes, absolutely. You're saying patio bricks, couch cushions, crib mattresses, air mattresses, just like Annika's using, rubber bowls are some cheap items to use. You can use all of these things as long as the rubber bowls, just put them on a non-slip surface so it doesn't slip and slide under your dog's feet. And you can do loads of things with your dog, and you can build some really decent strength foundations with your dog. All you have to look for is when you're doing the movements, do them correctly with your dog. But all you need is a little bit of a step up, nothing major, and a non-slip surface that your dog can use. So is fitness and conditioning expensive? Is it an expensive exercise? No, it's not supposed to be an expensive exercise at all. It takes up a little bit of your time, but you're really getting a good bonding session with your dog. But what is expensive is not doing it. The cost of not doing it is far greater than the cost of performing some conditioning and fitness exercises with your dog. The cost of not engaging in a fitness program or conditioning program with your dog, especially if you're doing sports, is far greater than doing and getting yourself a board, making a board, putting down a bowl, getting an air mattress, getting your couch cushions, putting those things together, learning how to use them. You can do it where you are with your dog, and you will see the benefits in the sport that you do. So hop along. You can go and see our page and you can read up about it. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Send me an email and we can go from there, and I can discuss how these things work. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If you are wondering about the expense of fitness exercises, wonder no more. Start where you are. It's with all things in life. Just start where you are, but start, because not starting is far more expensive than getting something together with your dog. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. Go and have a look at our site. We've got all our workshops there for you. We've sort of changed the layout a bit, so I'm hoping it's a lot easier to read and to understand. And you are most welcome to ask me any questions in our program. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much. Thanks, Angie. Cheers now, everybody. Bye-bye. Where's my information? There it is. Let me put that away.